Awakening with Brahma Kumaris.
Namaskar, and we extend a very welcome to all our viewers in Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. We've been traveling, we've really understood who am I, and now the relationship with me, with myself, is becoming stronger. And also the relationship with God, whom we have been searching all our lives, is becoming even stronger. We, in the last episode, if you remember, we tried to find out what's happening in the relationship with others. Where is the fault? What is it that I'm holding on to? Or, with all this awareness, how is it that the relationship with others is going to change? There is much more to explore in relationship with others. And as always, it's a privilege to have with us Brahma Kumaris Sr Jayanti, who is the European Director of Brahma Kumaris and also the NGO representative at United Nations in Geneva. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
If we go back to your journey, when you got into this philosophy and you started becoming aware and, relationship with Shiv Baba started, how things changed with you? Because you were pretty young at that time. How about your relationship, the moment you had the understanding of your own self and relationship with him, you became like impart. Was there an apparent change how you started behaving with others, or situations changed?
What happened was that because my family and friends were basically in London and I made this decision here in India, I found myself in a very different environment. So it was much easier for me to be a new person and decide that I'm really going to practice these things that I'm experiencing in my meditation. Because there's a lovely expression that one uses for Raj Yoga, which is also Karma Yoga, the yoga of action. And it can be interpreted in many ways. Some people would say that if I'm looking after my children and my home, that's my karma yoga. It's an act of love. Okay, I understand that. But on another level, I would say that the yoga that I have should be reflected through my actions, my life, my karma. But also, the karma that I'm engaged in can either make or break my yoga. And so if there are actions that are negative actions, what's going to be the implication of that and the repercussion of that on my relationship with God? And if my actions are good actions, definitely I'll feel myself being reinforced and coming closer to God through that connection.
Wonderful. That's actually a very good, example that both are dependent.
Exactly.
They are not independent, If I'm doing something, or even if my profession is something which actually is not in, alignment with what my relationship with God is, I think it will be a hindrance in my relationship with myself and God.
Exactly. You've absolutely picked up on it. And so what happens is that, say, for example,
That's very true. Yeah, it's amazing. Yes, it is.
If, for example, in my relationship with you, if I get angry and I say, I'm not going to bother with you, I'm going to sit in a corner and meditate, what's going to be the quality of my meditation at that time? Probably it'll be a lot of upheaval that's going on. The things you said, the things I said, that badminton game of back and forth is going to be repeated 1,000 times in my mind. And so what's going to be my feelings? It's not going to be pure love at that moment. And on the spiritual dimension, they say that in the physical world, opposites attract. But in the spiritual dimension, like attracts like. Which means that if my actions have been peaceful ones, creating peace within me and within my environment and with other people, then I'm going to feel the presence of the ocean of peace very naturally and easily. And if I haven't been very peaceful in my behavior, it's going to take me time to calm down. And then, yes, a little bit of the waves of the ocean of peace will reach me, but it'll take time. And so I have to use my spiritual knowledge and my understanding in my life to make sure that my actions are of the right quality. And so actions and relationships, of course, go together. I'm not performing actions in isolation. It's in the context of others around me. And that's what human life is for. It's not to just leave everything and go and live in the jungle. That's not what we're meant to be doing. And so here, now my life and interaction with you is going to reflect my yoga, but also it's going to impact my yoga.
That's great. It means that it's not just that when I'm in meditation, whatever I'm doing is not important, or whatever I'm doing, like the impact of my yoga actually has to be reflected in whatever I'm doing. Each action, I think. That's
Not
great.
just actions, actually. Every thought of mine, all the words I speak, my inner state of being, my attitude, my vision, all of these are creating an imprint. And all of these will either bring me closer to God or create a distance. And so action is not just physical doing, but actions is including all of these other things
Yeah,
too.
but because why I said action is because I'm so much used to of, realizing that action is what is important. But now, in the other sense, but now when we live in the spiritual aspect of life, like my thought is the first action I create.
Exactly.
Okay. We in the last episode we had tried to explore what really happens if we are too attached in a relationship, and it just we kill the flower. Okay, so we let go. But then there is another aspect when we talked about anger. You just now said that anger, but yes, in a relationship we do get angry because one, the other person is not. Because whenever we are in love or whenever we have a relationship, we want the other person to behave in a particular way, which the other person is not doing. I love him, but he can't do it. He doesn't, and he never loves me the way I want him to love. So it's like I want him to do this for me, and he doesn't. It's a small thing I'm asking, he's not doing, or she's not doing. My daughter is not doing. Okay, my son is not doing. My father is not doing. All these expectations, and then the anger and the frustration.
There's a very deep scar of human nature, which is that of control. And this is that whole expression that you've shared. People say we're control freaks, and we are, I think, in that we want somebody to do as we want them to do.
No, but on top of it, we always say, I don't want anything from you. I'm just asking, a small thing, not your world. I'm just asking a small thing.
No, it's not so small, because you're asking for a change of behavior, you're asking for a change of priorities. And so it is a control that I'm trying to exercise.
But I say that I know it's good for you.
Even that is definitely control. I'm trying to tell the dog that your tail is going to be better if it's straight, and I'm going to put it into a tube and try and straighten it out. But the dog wants its tail to be curved, and so who am I to dictate that the tail should be straight? And so that's what we are saying. But this is good for you. And I don't really know how true that is. It's what I want, but is it actually good for the other? There's no way I can tell at this point. And even when it's spiritual teachings, all you can do is to offer, suggest, and then let the other person decide what it is they would like, that they feel is good for them. And so I think we have to shift in that expectation of those whom we love and those whom we work with and are close to, that they'll do as I want them to do. Think about a drama and people playing a part on the world on the stage of the world. And within the drama, everybody's got their own part to play. And only the director has the right and the authority to tell an actor what it is they should be doing. And this image of drama has come in Shakespeare, in the West, in the East, in the scriptures, the Leela, the Behad Leela, the drama that's being enacted on the world stage. And so you're an actor, I'm an actor, and others also, each one playing their own role. And so how am I going to know what this actor should be doing? I don't know their script.
Oh yeah, and I can actually make it out when actors start telling the other actor on stage, I've been a theatre person. I can really understand the chaos it can create.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the bad performance, actually, when I start saying to the other actor, don't do this, do it this way.
Exactly.
But,
And that's what we're doing. The director is the one above. It's not me, it's not you, it's not that one. And I don't know the full script of the drama. I don't think any human being can know. I know what I have to do, but I don't even know what tomorrow holds for me. Where will you be tomorrow? Where will I be tomorrow? Only he knows. And the drama knows, the script knows, but I don't know. And so there's no way in which I can say, I know better than you. And so this is what you have to do now at this point of time. Maybe what I'm saying is perfectly right, but maybe it's not the right moment in the drama for this person to do this now. Maybe they've got another few lessons to learn before they reach the place that I'm expecting them to be at.
okay, so all the people who've been telling us, all our lives, was it a part of drama or was it something that we were forced? It can be a part of the drama, part of the performance, that they were playing the part of a teacher, maybe the parent. How do I really feel that? How do I really understand that? How much I have to tell my child, how much I have to instruct, or as a teacher, how much I have to tell my student. There are two things then which comes to play.
Okay, as a mother, with love and with great respect for the dignity of the child, I have to share with the child what my experience has been of right and wrong, and then hope that the child will understand, and that the seeds have been sown of understanding in the child, so that later, even when the child is far away, out of sight, those seeds of understanding will be with the child. Because I'm not always going to be there to say, this is right, this is wrong. But what I can do, which is going to be the best for the future of that child, is sow the seeds in that child's awareness. And secondly, be a demonstration and an example through the way I behave. So many people must have told me that their understanding of honesty, their understanding of loyalty came from their mother, their father, their grandmother. It'll be little. And they were seeing these things, and as a child they were observing, and they didn't realize they were learning, and their parents didn't realize they were teaching, but it was osmosis. They were absorbing it all the time. And so that's the best way that as a mother I can teach. And as a teacher, yes, it's my task as an instrument to share all the wisdom that I can offer, but it has to be seeing the capacity of the student. If I'm giving the student this much and expecting them to learn everything at one go, well, it's not going to work. And so a good teacher will know how to gauge and how to give knowledge in doses so that it can be assimilated and absorbed. And then further, it's up to each student. And a class of 30, and not all are going to assimilate it in the same way. But the teacher will have done his job if he's made sure that he's shared enough at the right moment, and then tomorrow there's more to learn. It's not just I have to give, a force feeding in one go at this moment.
And actually, to always remember that the dignity of the soul remains. We at times do forget that. In our, the possessiveness we have, actually, that we think that we know the best.
Yeah.
We forget that. Sister Jayanti, coming back to the relationship aspect, anger and frustration still bothers me because there's like this despair, this frustration that why nobody understands me. There's this anger, like I'll continue to do everything for the others and they don't do it. They don't even understand. So this anger, what is this anger?
Anger is coming totally from a state of discontent and lack of being at peace with myself. If I try to say, I'm not going to get angry, and I try to suppress it, well, it's going to be expressed at some point, somewhere. Maybe I'll suppress it for a short while, then it's like the pressure cooker, the lid is off and the steam goes to the ceiling.
That's what happened with me, because I knew that I don't have to be angry because I can't let the other person take hold of my emotions. But then for some time, and then the fourth day, the same situation, and I was like, I think I was angrier than what I used to be.
Exactly.
That I didn't like. What happened? What really happened?
The process of suppression is really like putting into a pressure cooker and then there's an explosion and then you're trying to climb up on the ceiling to clean it up, but it's not very healthy. But there's another process that I can use, and that is to counterbalance that emotion of anger. Let me reinforce the feeling of contentment and the state of peace, which is my original natural state. So we come back to Om Shanti. I have to practice being Om Shanti, and if I can do this in the morning and keep reminding myself of that through the day, then when a situation arises which is potentially explosive, my practice of Om Shanti and the reminder to the self will give me that power to deal with the situation differently. And then I'm not suppressing, but I've changed my own responses to things from within. Peace is one aspect. The other thing is contentment, being content with myself. Sometimes we get angry with ourselves and frustrated with ourselves. We have very high hopes and expectations, that then we see that we're lagging behind and we haven't done all the things that we wanted to accomplish. At that moment, a little bit of patience. Okay, all the pure hopes that I have for myself and others will be fulfilled. If not now, at the right time. The gardener sows the seeds and coriander will spring up within a few weeks. I've done it, I've seen it.
Yeah.
But a mango tree isn't going to bear fruit for a few years. And so let me do the things that I need to do for myself and for others. And the fruits are going to come at the right time. I don't know when. But let me just do what I need to do. And instantly, the reward that comes back is the contentment of knowing that I did what was right. And so if I cultivate the positive attributes within myself, then they go a long way towards dispelling the negative feelings and emotions. If the stock of contentment is big, then something happens and I deal with it very differently than if I'm already discontent. If I'm discontent, then a little thing is enough to cause a huge fire. But I develop the contentment, I experience gratitude for what it is God has given me already. Never mind that I've got a long list of what I want more, but let me appreciate
What I have.
what I have already. And so if I learn to do this and create that state of contentment within myself, my life will be far more comfortable than it is otherwise.
Definitely. But another aspect to it is that usually in a relationship, when I'm into a close relationship, I am angry for something else, Some other situation has made me, has created distress, or I'm discontent, but anger will come out on my loved one. It's not only with me, I think it's happening all over the world now. That it's like, whoever is closest will bear the brunt, even if somebody else has triggered the anger. So how to actually handle that situation?
You see, this is where we feel that, well, our loved ones can take it. Outsiders can't. We have to keep a mask. Nobody's going to tolerate it. But we expect our loved one to take it, and we say, well, so what? It's my family, and so I can show whatever it is that's going on inside.
I want to be natural, at least at home I want to be real. But
that's not real.
Yeah, because, and if nobody is able to accept that, my God, this person can be so angry also, because outside he's always smiling, he's always laughing, he's always giving life to the situations, and it can be this aspect of life. So we are living two lives actually.
It's true. You see the external side, and then you see the inner side. And you have to live with the inner side, and maybe that's the dark side. The external side is a light and happy one, but the inner one is a dark one, but that's what you have to live with. And so in dealing with somebody else's anger, what I tried was very effective, and that was I carried a canopy of protection of God's light with myself. This is when I was quite young, and I'd just been meditating a short while. And I was having to interact with somebody who has an angry nature. And I couldn't react to them with anger, but I was in tears, I was upset. And that was no good for my yoga or for me. And I learned this, that if I carry this canopy of protection of God's light with me, then whatever the vibrations of their anger won't penetrate that. And of course, the first thing that happened was that they got more angry.
Because you were not reacting, you were not even in tears.
That's right.
Wow, they wanted to hurt.
That's
Yes.
right. They wanted to find a way to shake me. And so they got more angry. But I carried on with that practice. And then when they saw after a while that, for whatever reason, they didn't know why, what I was doing, they just thought, well, she's changed. When they saw it wasn't effective, they stopped getting angry. They showed their displeasure in another way, but at least the anger wasn't coming full on in that way anymore. And I started to think, well, this has helped me, but can I do something to help them? And then what I thought I'd do is to create that canopy of protection throughout the place that I was in, so that it wasn't just protecting me, but that canopy would reach out and hold them within that. And it took a while. You have to be patient. But after a while, they actually began to change themselves. And today, really, I can say that they have changed. And so this canopy of protection works not only for the person who's creating it through remembrance of God, but it works to help others in the whole atmosphere of a place also.
That's great. That's wonderful, actually. So, if we have been in meditation and we've been in the practice of remembrance, how do I create a canopy? Like, can we actually get into it now when we have reached the last aspect of this session? It's like in the meditation session or in the remembrance session?
Sure, definitely. We'll do that. Should we do that now?
Yeah.
Sitting quietly, aware of the eternal being that I am, I connect with my mother and father. And as I do so, I realize that my mother offers me protection with her love, and my father offers me shelter with his power. I have my mother and father with me, connected with the source of light. I hold this light above myself, and I feel myself surrounded by this canopy of light. It's above me and it's around me. The light emanates from the point source, but the light reaches out all around me. This light of purity, of truth and love is so powerful that nothing impure can penetrate it. I am protected. Wherever I go, whoever I'm with, I stay in this protection. And this canopy of light not only protects me, but staying connected with Shiv Baba, I see the canopy being extended further away to those who are with me. I hold this awareness and I come back to the moment here and now. But I carry the protection of this light with me. Wherever I go, whatever I do. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. That's the power of love, actually. That's the power of, energy, and that's the way you feel impart. Then you feel that you can change the world. Good. Great, Sister Jayanti. It's like a beautiful experience. And as we actually will grow in this aspect of meditation, things will unfold. Still a lot of questions, but then the coming sessions will open new doors. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
A lot of questions still remain unanswered, but then a lot of questions are being answered and a lot of questions are going away the moment we are becoming stronger and we are realizing the power of thought and also our own power. Still, anything left, any aspect of life you want to share with us, any question you have, you're welcome. You can always write into us, mail us, or you can call us.
If you wish to discuss your problem or have a question to ask or want to know your nearest Raj Yoga Meditation Center, call us on 09999744555.
We've always thought that our sensitivity, our capacity to get hurt is our strength, but it gives us a lot of pain. Can we actually handle it? How should we handle our hurt in a relationship? Lot many more aspects to strengthen the relationship still remain unexplored. We'll try to find answers to these questions in the next episode. Till then, have a beautiful and wonderful relationship with yourself, with your loved ones, and with Shiv Baba. We'll be back with Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.